Hello and welcome to LSJ Sport. I'm Finney Smithson and these are your headlines. Lincoln City head into a big Hollywood finish in League One where they take on promoted Wrexham and Marvel's Deadpool. There's relief for Boston United as they survive on the penultimate day of the National League season, and joy for Lincoln United, the Premier Division North champions. Yes, good afternoon and welcome to the programme on this first day of May as we count down to the final day of the EFL season and summer looking like it's arrived early this week. After 45 games already, Lincoln City round off their Sky Bet League One campaign on Saturday afternoon. Hollywood-owned Wrexham roll into town after they clinched promotion to the Championship and became the first side in senior football to achieve back-to-back-to-back promotions. City have enjoyed a good end to their season, especially at home. Joining me now is our sports correspondent Spencer O'Leary. Spencer, how did the Imps look ahead of the game?
Well, the back end of the season has certainly proved fruitful for Michael Scabala's side, with the Imps losing only one of their last 6 games. That defeat came last time out on Saturday at Stockport County. However, it must be said that the Imps were 2 goals ahead in that game thanks to goals from Ben House and Eric Ring. That was before they crumbled to the Stockport Pressure, who have now actually booked their spot into the Sky Bet League One playoffs. As for the weekend ahead, Michael Scabala does have some positive injury news, as Ethan Erehon and Jack Moylan have both come back to his squad, and they certainly look in good condition, trying to make it 7 games unbeaten at home, and will certainly look to spoil the Wrexham party a little bit.
We've obviously mentioned before the Hollywood factor that's associated with Wrexham. How likely is it that Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds will be at the LNER Stadium?
Well, they certainly have been this side of the pond over the last week or so, joining in with the celebrations that their club has been promoted back to the Championship. The fact that they have been promoted last time out on Saturday against Charlton means that they might not necessarily be at the LNER Stadium on Saturday, as their side doesn't necessarily have anything to play for. However, if the 2 of them, or even one of them, is there, then I'm sure there'll be 1 or 2 cameras snapping them up.
It's been a long season for the Imps. They currently sit 11th in the league. How would you sum up their season?
Yeah, for some it would be easy to say that the club have gone backwards. If you look at the table last season, they were in 6th spot, occupying the last playoff spot going into the final day. This year they're 11th and they're 13 points adrift of the tally that they reached last season. However, it needs to be taken into context with some of the sides that are actually in the division this year, the likes of Birmingham City, who have smashed most of the records possible. The likes of Wrexham as well, and Stockport, who previously mentioned, have budgets that blow Lincoln City's out of the water. It's been a progressive season for Michael Scabala's side, a season of stability without any head coach changes, and they've actually scored only 1 less goal going into Saturday's game, so they can improve that tally nonetheless. It's a big summer ahead for Lincoln City, as they will look to try and challenge and sneak into the playoffs this time next season.
We look forward to the game on Saturday. Thank you very much, Spencer. Gainsborough Trinity rounded off their campaign on Saturday afternoon, finishing 7th in the Northern Premier Division after a late 2-1 victory over Leek Town. Beck Howe's 23rd league goal of the season late on saw the Holy Blues take on all 3 points, and manager Russ Wilcox was delighted to end the season on a high.
We sat off a little bit, but we got our noses in front. A great goal again from Beck, provided by Fraser's little flick around the corner. It was a great move. I think both goals were fantastic. You know, the second goal, Bailey's cross, diving header from Beck. What a way to finish the season. We've got some really good people at this football club. Again, away from the pitch, you know, the volunteers, the people that put their hours in for nothing. It's a really good club. I'm really enjoying it, and looking forward to a rest.
Still to come, we'll be commiserating with relegated Sleaford and celebrating with champions Lincoln United. Boston United clinched survival last weekend to secure their 2nd season in the Vanarama National League. Goals from Keaton Ward and James Gale sealed a 2-1 victory over playoff hopefuls Gateshead with just 1 game to go. This victory sees them sat 17th, 5 points clear of the drop, as Braintree Town and Dagenham Redbridge could still get sucked into the bottom 4. Our reporter Cameron Smith has joined us. Cameron, it was a dramatic penultimate day of the season. How good must it feel for them to have ensured survival already?
Yes, Boston United will be very happy with the way the season has panned out towards the end. A massive 2-1 victory over Gateshead in front of their home fans meant they could join the celebrations on the pitch at full time. Next week's game on the last day of the season is away at Maidenhead United, who are still battling to survive, with just being 2 points behind Dagenham Redbridge in 20th place. So Boston United will be very happy that they have nothing to play for there, as that could be a very difficult game.
How impactful has this run of form been for the club's end to the season?
Well, certainly a shaky start to the year for Boston United, who probably could have expected that. But since 2025, they have collected the third most points in the league, and they've got 9 wins in the last 12 matches, with just 3 defeats in the last 15. So they'll be very, very happy with that run of form.
And looking ahead to next season, what do you think the ambitions will be for Boston United in 2025-26?
Well, their ambitions this year were definitely just to stay afloat, and they have done that very well. A lot of people dubbed them as relegation favourites, but they have proved the critics wrong. They could finish still as high as 14th this season, depending on the results on the final day, which would be a lovely mid-table finish, which they can probably hope for next season too. Even a playoff push if they continue this run of form.
It's truly a remarkable story for the people of Boston. That was our Boston United reporter, Cameron Smith. Sleaford Town were relegated from the United Counties Premier Division North following a 3-2 defeat to local rivals Boston Town. 2 goals from striker Andy Whalen wasn't enough to secure safety for the Greens as they fell to a 20-minute comeback from the playoff side. 3 headers from Jordan Tate, Fraser Bayliss and Jordan Nuttall were enough for Boston to take all 3 points in a late comeback. With the results having gone their way, it was goal difference that eventually sent the Greens down. Sleaford Town manager Matt Evans commented on the experience that its young side will gain from relegation.
We all grow through it, don't we? You know, when you're down, you've got to find a way of picking yourself up. You've got to learn from these experiences, which we've done. I definitely think the way we've played this last couple of months was better than the first couple of months. When we came in as a team. So I think there's been improvement. But at the end of the day, we just haven't been good enough to win the games in key moments at step 5.
Lincoln United were crowned UCL Premier Division North champions following a goalless draw with Skegness Town. A penalty miss from White's captain Elliot Dye was the most action seen in the match, as Skegness's defence stood strong. With second place Eastwood losing 3-0 to Belper United, a point was enough for Lincoln to make their way back into the Northern Premier League Division 1 East at the second time of asking. The league was their second trophy of the season, having already beaten Bourne Town for the county trophy, and a match against Amesbury Rovers coming up to secure a historic treble. Well, a massive congratulations to Lincoln United and our other teams who've been successful this week. Commiserations to Sleaford on their relegation as well. That's all for this week's LSJ Sport. Join us for more soon.